No nonsense gin drinking. All gin and a surprising amount of nonsense.
Hello gin lovers, welcome back. I'm Bobby Freeman. Today, my friends, we have a lesser known gin. I think it's a lesser known gin. I've not heard it before. However, I am rather intrigued by it because this little, delightful little bottle, my friends, is Ma Gin. Now this has a lovely backstory to it. I've been reading, it may surprise you to know that I do some research on the gins before I actually do the videos. Not very much, but just the bare minimum, but some research nonetheless. And it turns out that it was inspired by something called the White Fiver, which I'd never heard about before, but apparently it was the first, I think I'm right in saying this, the first £5 note ever produced in the UK in, I think, the 1700s? Yeah, 1700s, I think. And I think they're supposed to look a little bit look a little bit like the White Fiver too. So I say we waste no more time today. I usually engage in a lot of frivolity and kind of, well, nonsense, not to put too fine a point on it. But today, my friends, we're going to get straight in, no mess around, find out what it's like because I'm excited to tell you a lovely little story. So then, this was created by a lady called Rachel Vergis. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm very bad with names, but it says here, with an interest in the history of English finance, she chanced upon the White Fiver, the first £5 note issued by the Bank of England in 1793, I was right, which remained in circulation virtually unchanged for over 160 years. Inspired by this, Rachel set about creating her artisanal. I don't know why I said that 3 times. Artisanal. I think it's because I was trying to say the word correctly. It's artisanal, not artisanal. That sounded the same. Whatever it is, artisanal gin to reflect the history and heritage of this note. And so Ma Gin was born. Cool, crisp and uncomplicated, a bit like me. So tasting notes, crisp and elegant on the nose with plenty of pine, juniper and citrus notes, supported by an intriguing selection of very subtle spices and herbs. I think that's very wise. I think when you use spices in a gin, they can very easily become overpowering. So a subtle use of them, I like the sound of that. Made using 9 botanicals, including the essential juniper, along with minty pink hyssop. I have no idea what a hyssop is. Let me find out. It's a member of the mint family. So that's going to give it a nice freshness. I really liked which gin had mint in it. Ironically, it was the Bombay Sapphire English Estate. Now, obviously, I don't like Bombay Sapphire. Many all my viewers and subscribers will know. In fact, I hate it. I despise it. I don't like it at all. I dislike it very much. However, I did like, I think they had mint in that one, and it really kind of worked really well to give it a kind of a sort of a freshness and sweetness at the same time. So I'm very excited about that. Along with aromatic cotton lavender. The result is an elegant, cool, crisp taste combined with a dry but very satisfying velvety mouthfeel. Wow, my friends, I'm rather intrigued by this and actually quite a little bit excited. Quite a little bit excited, that makes no sense. It's not grammatically correct, although very rarely things are grammatically correct on this show. You know what? I think that's why my viewers watch this show, so I'm not going to change it. Anyway, my friends, enough fanning around. The fanning around section is officially over. I say we crack this fellow open and see what it's bloody well like. And today I've taken the liberty of removing that annoying plastic bit because it always seems to give me trouble and hold up my videos. And we are rewarded with a cork. And we know what that means, my friends. It is the cork test.
The cork test.
So, do we have a squeak? Oh, did you hear that? Possibly one of the best squeaks we've had for a long time. Certainly one of the best squeaks this year. Let's go for the pull, see what it's like, see if it can back up the squeak with the pull. Oh, nice work. That is the best squeak and pull combination I've heard in quite a long time, but which is very nice, of course, but obviously it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at all. You know why? It's just a bit of fun. So let's get my glass up, shall we? Let's get it in. And it's also got one of these wonderful, what I refer to as a flange on the top, a bit like James May's gins, which should mean a very clean pour and me not getting any gin on the desk. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. One tiny drop there, but we won't say anything about that. So then let's have a wee sniff. I was going to say a sniffle. I don't think a sniffle is a word. Sounds like something like a sort of thing somebody would have at a finger buffet. Oh, for goodness sake, who's eating all the bloody sniffles? Anyway, I'm going to have a sniff of it. Here we go. So I'm hoping for some minty freshness in this, but not mint like a sort of a, the mint you get in packets, which I find rather unpleasant, to be honest. I'm looking for that sweet, kind of natural sort of leafy mint from the mint plant. So here we go. And there it is, my friends. Oh, it's kind of, just like it said, kind of crisp and cooling, a little bit of, well, yeah, cooling. I thought of another word, but nope, it was just cooling again. A nice kind of freshness, slightly cold as it goes down there again, pretty similar to cooling, but not a kind of a burning cooling, like I say, like you get in packeted mints. It is that natural, luscious, kind of fresh mintiness. So I think there's not much more to say about this. I think it's time we got it down old Freeman's mouth, don't you? So here we go. Let's get the tonic in there. I don't know why I keep that on the floor now. I used to have it all on the desk, but I don't know, somehow I feel since I'm sitting down again in this new studio, I don't have enough elbow room for everything. So I keep it down there, just in case you were wondering. So a little bit of tonic in there. Let's check the old ABV, shall we? Oh my God, it's very small. I'm going to have to employ the newly discovered reading glasses. It is, my God, this is amazing. Isn't it great being able to see? Good Lord, 44%. So I tell you what, this is not a gin for the faint-hearted, my friends. That is going to hopefully pack quite a punch. And there's only one way to find out, get it in the mouth. So thank you to all my patrons and members at this point for supplying the gin on the show and paying for it and generally just supporting poor old Freeman here so we can keep going. This is Ma Gin, minty fresh, I hope. Here we go. I say cheers. Oh, it's a nice smell. Oh, gin lovers, I tell you what, that warms the old cockles. I tell you, I'm never really 100% sure what that expression means, but when I feel like I want to use it, I feel like I'm using it in the right way, even though I don't know what it means. Actually, you know what? It's more kind of cooling the cockles, if anything else. I'm assuming the cockles are sort of in the back of the mouth somewhere, because, you know, by the sound of the word, sounds like they possibly could be somewhere else. But for the purposes of this video and to keep everything decent, let's just assume they are in the back of the mouth. So it's basically, like you'd imagine, we knew it was mint in here, and there is a sort of a nice, sort of a cooling element to it. Let's turn it over. Yeah, oh, yeah. So there's a kind of a soft, natural, very subtle sweetness to start with in there, but then there's it kind of spreads out sideways around the mouth, and you get kind of hinty, sort of almost a very subtle pininess in there, which is good because too much pine is not good. I don't know anyone who goes a bit heavy on the pine. I think you probably need to speak to someone because there's something wrong with you. But used in moderation, much like something like I always talk about lavender when that gets put in gins. It's very harsh, very, very powerful and overpowering, but in tiny doses can work really, really well. And that is because, as I say, I don't really enjoy piney gins per se, but that's just a tiny little hint of it works very, very well. And then balanced with that kind of sort of subsides and kind of gives way to this nice cooling sort of effect. Now it's not an overpowering cooling effect. It's not like sort of a pack of extra strong mints. It's gentle coolness. It's a lovely kind of comforting, massaging coolness. The sort of coolness you would like. I tell you what it's like. It's like when oh my God, I'm very excited. This is going to be a bloody brilliant analogy. Right, settle in because this is going to blow your mind, right? So, on a summer's evening when it's really hot and you're in bed and you can't sleep properly and oh God, the sheets starting to get hot and your pillows get hot and you woke up in the morning, oh God, about sort of 2 a.m. or something, you think, oh, this is unbearable. What do? Turn the old pillow over and you put your head into a slightly cool pillow. What does that feel like? It feels wonderful. Possibly one of the best feelings on God's earth. I would liken it to that. It's a bit like, the coolness in this is a little bit like that comfort you get when you put your head on a cool pillow. Oh, man alive. That's it. Finish the channel. That's the pinnacle of all my analogies on this channel. Seriously though, that is a very, very good analogy. But pushing the analogy aside for just 1 second, not too far away, I just want to feel it so I can remind myself how good it was. It's also, I talked about it's slightly stronger than we would usually expect at 44% ABV. Now, it's not, I thought that might be a bit blast your head off strong and overpower the flavours. Not at all. Not at all. You would never say it was a slightly overstrength gin. That balances in absolutely beautifully. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Wow, what a unique and wonderful little gin. So let's give this one a go neat, shall we? I think this one is going to need the tonic to balance out and lock it out, sort of release some of those flavours. Look at that beautiful clean pour. Clean pour. Come on, Bobby, you can get it right. Now, I reckon this might be a little bit, well, I don't know, I can guess it all night, couldn't I? Let's just give it a go. Hang on a second. Okay, here we go. So yeah, that ABV really shines through now. Yeah. Combination of the ABV, yeah, and that mint now is kind of concentrated. That sense of coolness is gone even further. You get a real kind of minty, proper minty kind of sense now. To me, that's a little bit too minty. I think this one was made for a gin and tonic. You might disagree with me, people who are my neat gin viewers out there, my neat gin drinkers who happen to be my viewers. Give it a go. Let me know what you think. If you like mint as well, particularly, I'll tell you what, you are gonna bloody love that. So my friends, how much is this very unique gin going to cost you? So it's a lesser known gin, it's not one of the big boys, so it needs to be, in my opinion, my humble opinion, between 30 and 40 English pounds, okay? This sits bang in the middle. £34.99. In fact, a fraction under the middle. So that, my friends, is excellently priced for an excellent gin. So guys, to sum up, this is why I love this channel, because, well, there's many reasons I love the channel, to be honest, but one of my favourite reasons I love it is because when we find these little undiscovered gins, I get to bring them to you. This channel is watched all over the world, from my humble dining table here, watched all around. I think it's like 40 different countries watch this show. So I like to get these little lesser known gins out there, okay? There's a high chance wherever you're watching around the world, it might not be with you yet, but take a note of it, take a screenshot, write it down, scratch it into your arm or something, I don't know, write it on your wall in some sort of bodily fluid, I don't care. This little fella, my friends, is something very, very special and very, very unique as well. It's different to find uniqueness in what is a core gin when there's no real mental, crazy standout flavors. But this is a real experience. It's a core gin that's a core gin with a real difference and a real sense of originality and personality as well. And I recommend, if you ever see this, or if you can't get in your country, if you come into the UK, search this out, because that is something a little bit special. So guys, I hope you found this useful, informative, and I hope it's enriched your life in many, many different ways. If indeed it has, don't forget to express this by clicking on the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. Press the like button as well if you liked it, or even if you didn't like it. Honestly, I just need the sense of that people are liking it. And if you want to be so kind as to support the show, head over to my Patreon page, or indeed click the join button below this video. But until next time guys, you all know the drill. Take care, stay safe. Thank you to all my patrons and members, and of course, keep drinking the gin.